Hi, today I bring you a voiceover speed paint. First one, wow. This one is a speed paint of all the factions from the past life series. I decided to make them all into one big illustration because I thought it would look cooler with all of them like posing for one big photo. So yeah, I divided them all into their little sections. Started off with the Villies because I had already their pose thought out perfectly. I wanted Gem and Pearl to be posing for the photo and Grian completely ignoring the photo and just breaking the border and looking straight at either Martin or Jim. I ultimately decided he had to be looking at Martin because of the watcher and listener kind of deal. And since I decided him looking at Martin, I made Martin glancing at the side like someone's looking at me, but I'm not sure who because they're taking the photo, but Grian is breaking the border of the photos without them knowing, if you understand what I mean. The other factions were pretty straightforward. Cabin Boys, I just made them pose, each with their own vibes. They're loving the photo, Scar is loving the camera, Etho and B-Dubs are having their sibling husbands kind of rivalry situation. For the rejects, I first thought of making them do like a band cover pose, but then I thought, why not make them celebrate Jimmy in the photo? Like, wow, Jimmy did so many good kills this season, so let's celebrate him in this photo. So that's what I decided to do ultimately. And for the gluten guys, I decided why not make them look like chefs holding their pastries. I hid quite a few Easter eggs throughout this illustration because I just wanted to, and I thought it would be fun to have like little things to notice, like Martin is holding the Pokeball because of the improv house Pokeball thing. The Villies, they're dressed up with the Team Rocket inspired outfit because of the whole ordeal of them behaving like Team Rocket, and at least once per episode each of them behave like Meowth, so yeah. Grian breaking the border, I had already mentioned that. Yeah, there's a few other tiny things that I included mentioning this series and also previous series because lore. Right now I'm just cleaning up the sketches because I could not make up my mind on how I wanted the sketch. While I work on the sketch, tell me what you thought of this season. I thought this one was pretty fun. I loved the introduction of the society and its implications on the lore. I loved to see Jimmy like do those ultimate kills and pissing off Grian so much because he was not following the script at all. Again, I don't think there's ever been a series where I didn't like how the groups were made. I love all the interactions between them all, the familiarities, how they all just become one big family with whoever they group up with at the start of the season. It was overall pretty fun, kind of stressful to like have to see almost 21-hour long videos to keep up with them and also collect audios for the animatics that I made. I'm still working on them, don't worry. They're just taking a bit longer because I'm making longer form animatics right now. The square hole and the improv class ones, because I decided why not gather every bit referring to these two situations throughout from the start to end of the season, giving myself more work and you guys more entertainment. Oh, also, Pearl is not with her regular skin. I gave her the emo skin because for 90% of the seasons, she had just emo skins back to back, so I thought it would be pretty funny to make her have one of our emo inspired looks. I did consider making like a second version of this illustration with their, because most of them do like a specific red life skin. I thought I could make a second version of this illustration with the red life skins and all bloodied and stuff. I might still do it. Depends if you guys would be interested in that version as well or not, because I'd basically have to redraw the whole thing again, but I won't mind if you guys would like to see that as well. Anyways, as you can see, I added a little bird on Jimmy's shoulder because he's a little golden canary. Because even though he's no longer following the script or being the first one dying, the canary will still be following him, whether he knows it or not. Ran, Impulse, and Tango, they're each holding their specific pastry foods that they were dealing with. Tango holding the wheat, Ran holding bread, and Impulse, because he decided it should be everyone's birthday this season, is holding the birthday cake. Of not their actual skins, I gave them baker skins. I think I mentioned that previously, I can't remember. And I put each of their colors as their coat stripe thing. Ren being like the chef, the main chef of the pastry, because yeah, I suppose that's what I decided. It's how it stayed. On the rejects, I remembered last minute that Bigby and Jimmy have some sort of makeup on their skin, so I gave them some fancy punk makeup and decided that Joel and Skiz should also have a little bit of makeup, because they're all together in this, so they all do their makeup. I like to think that each morning they would get up and do their makeup before going outside of their beautiful base. At some point I decided maybe they should have their houses in the background of the photos, even if they're not being extremely visible. So after I colored them, I added their houses in the background, all blurred up. It's just like a little reference that their houses are there and what their houses were. We're reaching the very end, all the details. There was a lot of rambling on this, I apologize, and I hope you liked this speed paint, and I hope you would like to see more of them. Goodbye!